Hello. Today we're talking all things prompts and poses and how you actually get genuine emotions from your clients. It was something I didn't really take into account when I first started out, but something that has completely changed my entire way of capturing things, how to guide people, that sort of thing. So I'm going to let you in on a few tricks that make all the difference for me. My name is Kate with VocalBiz. I'm here every week with you, telling you a little bit more to help you up-level your business with things that I struggled with, I learned the hard way, and I didn't know the answers, and I just trial and error all the way along the way. So today I am telling you so much more about prompting and posing and how to make it work for your client. To know the difference between posing and prompts, okay? So posing, I save that for my wedding day. However, you also have to have a couple posed photos when you're doing their engagement session, because once in a while, they're going to use them for some kind of stationery, some kind of like advertising that they want to do for their engagement session, for their wedding. So always start out every single session with them standing with the cheese, like holding each other and smiling, just genuine smiling at the camera. Because by the time you're done your session, which often I forget to do the posed photos until the end of the session, the hair's already messed up and I'm like, apologizing, we used to sort of finger comb the hair, but try and capture that post photo at the very beginning of your engagement session, just so they have it. Grandma otherwise gets confused as to why she hasn't got a picture on the mantle and why you're not looking at the photo in every single picture. Another spot for post photos, which is the stand in a line, smile, take a photo, look at the camera. That is your wedding day when you've got your family portraits all lined up and you've got, you're running through people, you're capturing those very specific post photos that people are going to put in a picture. Generally, the older generation, they're going to put it in a picture frame on their mantle. That is their thing. So those are the only time I ever pose a couple. Other than that, I'm prompting and guiding them. So prompts are, I describe them as an action. So I'm going to have them stand face to face with each other and I want them to get handsy, for instance. So I want like her hands up on his neck, his hands in her hair, whatever it might be. I'm just going to tell them that I want them to do whatever feels natural to them. So if it doesn't feel natural to them, it's never going to come across as genuine in your photo. I want feels natural to them is going to feel natural to someone else entirely. So if you have one pose that you use for multiple couples, even if you lined them up in a row and you said the same pose for every single person, do what feels natural to you, they're all going to do it completely different. So you can capture the same prompt for every single couple and they will have an entirely different gallery. And that's what makes it so amazing, by having them bring in their own comfort level, their own natural reaction to the action that you're giving them. So prompts are basically your actions, right? So before every session, I always try to have an idea in mind of the poses and prompts that I'm going to use for every couple. And those I tailor around the Zoom call that we've had for already getting to know them, from the questionnaire of getting to know them a little bit more in depth. So I already have a feel about who they are together, who they are separately. And then I can tailor what I'm going to do for poses and prompts based on who they are and who I think that they are going to be in front of my camera, how the reactions I might get from them. They might tell me that they're goofy and dorky together or they're super reserved. So those are going to really tell me as to what they're really going to need to pull their personalities out in front of the camera versus, maybe we need to tailor things back a little bit. Maybe they're a bit more reserved in general and they'd like to have their photo session in the library. Well, we're not going to be dancing, shouting and, going a little crazy in that sort of environment. So I really tailor everything based on who they are, where we're going to be, that kind of thing. And I have an idea on mind and like the process of how I want my photo shoot to go. Prompts are also seasonal. Okay. So I've got one prompt that I love to do and it's called the barrel roll. So, they're lying down, he or she is on their back. And then the other one's lying on front on the top, which sounds a little bit, but they're linking their hands, their faces super close together, and then they barrel roll along, the sand or in the snow. And those can be so fun. Like there's so much emotion that they can really bring out, like the laughter. And I'll show you a couple photos that I captured from this and it's so cool. But that's not something you're going to do on a wet, rainy day when there's mud and it's not nice. So keeping all of that into account is really going to make or break your photo shoot. So if you are in control of the prompts and the poses that you are guiding them through, they are going to have confidence in you and what you're going to capture. So if you turn up the day of and you have not really thought through how you're going to guide them, then they are going to lose confidence. And then that's when the nerves come out and they're not going to be as relaxed as genuine. So being able to bring in your prompts, get to know your people, you're already chow them like they're your best friend every single time. how's it going? Like, how was your day? You know, I've had people talk to me before and like, oh, you know, like, you know them already? I'm like, nope, that's the first time I've ever talked to them. And like, oh, I thought you guys were friends already. I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I want them to do. An engagement session is huge for being able to, well, for your client, for instance, to see how you're going to guide them and keep them comfortable and keep them chill for their wedding day. So that when they're coming up to their wedding day, that's something they don't even have to consider being concerned about, because they know what it's like to be in front of your camera. They know how you're going to help them and guide them and, you know, keep them at ease. But also for you as a photographer, you know what prompts worked and didn't work, the reactions that you got with the prompts that you used, all of this, like it all tailors into their wedding day, because the wedding days are full of so many nerves for everybody. Like it's a big day and that's not something you can ever redo. So you need to know that you know your client, that you understand how they're going to respond to you, and you know what things work and what things don't. So all of this tailors in to comfort level for them, confidence in you as a photographer, and knowing that their gallery is going to turn out as amazing as all the other ones that they've seen, which is why they came to you in the first place. So get your clients comfortable, be confident in what you're doing, have your poses and your prompts ready that are suitable for your season, for your location, and then just nail that session. Like get their emotions out, get it super genuine. Like that's what they're gonna love. That's what they're gonna put on the wall every single time. Check back next week. Keep an eye on my shorts. I'm going to have all kinds of different poses and prompts and guides that I do with my clients all broken down for you, so you can get a feel for what I do, how I get them, and tips and tricks for you to do the same thing.